Hi guys, and a very warm welcome along to this video series on Spotlight Collection CUBA from Native Instruments. My name is Larry Holcomb, aka Get to Know, and I'm really excited to be delivering the video series for Groove 3 on this amazing plugin. Now in this first video we're going to talk a little bit about the idea behind this plugin, how you can use it, and also the interface. Let's get cracking. Now as the name would suggest, Spotlight Collection CUBA is focused on the musical sound of Cuba. So to that end, we've got a really nicely sampled selection of percussion and melodic instruments that have really been designed to capture the vibe of Cuba. Now the plugin is designed to cover kind of older styles from Cuba right up to the modern day. So there's a lot of versatility here. Now let's have a little overview of what we actually have at our disposal here. So the first section we have here is Percussion Ensembles. I'll just double click on here, we'll open them up. So we've got a cajon ensemble. Now this is an ensemble, let me just load it up, which has got 5 cajon, I hope I'm saying that right, instruments, and also a clave. And next up we have a hand percussion ensemble. Now this gives us various different kind of hand percussion instruments. Next up we have a rumba ensemble, and this is made up of 3 different congas here, alongside some further hand percussion. And then finally for the percussion ensembles we have a salsa ensemble. Now this is a typical kind of percussive ensemble for various different Afro-Cuban styles. Now these percussion ensembles are basically collections of percussion with pre-programmed patterns. So once we have something loaded in, we can actually play back pre-programmed patterns. And we'll come back to that obviously later on in the video series. Okay, so the next library we have here is single percussion. Now this is where we can actually play single instruments, as the name would suggest. Or sometimes they can be a set as well, as in the congas, which makes sense because generally they're going to be played as a set. Now these also have patterns and articulations as well, so let's just load bongos up. Now this one's made up of a bongo and also a cowbell here as well. Then we have a cajon here, single, a conga set, and again we have different patterns here, as well as being able to play various different articulations separately. We have a solo conga and some timbales here as well. With again the ability to play single parts or playback patterns. Now the next folder we have here is the Melodic Ensembles. Now these are made up of a full backing band, and again we have a selection of pre-programmed patterns. But this time we also have a lead trumpet that can be played on top as well. Now these are really good fun. So let's load one up. And you can think of these as being like having an amazing Cuban band as your backing part and you're a solo instrument to play on the top. So it's really a lot of fun to be able to just jam on top of those amazing backing tracks. So we've got 4 different flavors to choose from there. And then finally we have Melodic Instruments. Now these is where we can actually choose to play a selection of 4 different melodic instruments. And some of these also have patterns included as well. So let's choose one of those. So you'll see that we have some patterns here, and also the ability to actually play melodic lines as well. And that's dependent on when we're playing on the MIDI keyboard. And we're going to explain that as we move through the video series. And those are the selection of sounds that we have to choose from. So remember, percussion ensembles is collections of percussive instruments that have pre-programmed patterns. Single percussion is where we can actually play back individual parts using individual percussion parts or percussion sets. The melodic ensembles is where we had the ability to play with our left hand grooves from amazing kind of backing tracks, and we could then play over the top with a lead instrument, the lead instrument being a lead trumpet. And then finally we had melodic instruments. This is where we could play a single melodic instrument. I chose the example here of the bass, but we have other instruments we could play as well here. Okay, so now we've got an idea of the kind of instruments that we have at our disposal in CUBA. Let's have a very basic look at the interface. Now, the two main areas of the interface for all of our instruments is the Ensemble tab down here and the Mixer tab. Now, the Ensemble tab here contains the instrument options, the key map and the pattern controls. And the Mixer allows us to mix the sounds and also add effects. Now, also from within both of these two tabs, we have these two little windows that appear on the top. So they're always there. Now, this allows us in the Mixer tab to load and save mixer presets. And the Instrument Ensemble tab here allows us to load and save instruments or ensembles. Let's just go back to our Ensemble tab. Now, there's two different ways to load in presets. We can either click directly like so, or we can use these little arrows through here. Now, when we're saving presets, you can only save a preset if you're on the respective tab. So for example here, you can see on the Ensemble window here, we have a little save icon, a disk icon, which is missing from the Mixer tab, whereas if I click on the Mixer tab, you'll see this little icon will appear. Now, if we wanted to save a preset here for the mixer, let's just make some changes. What we can do is, we can't actually overwrite factory presets, but if we click with the little save icon here, we get a user copy, which can be renamed like so. And then if we click on save, we have that accessible from the list here. Now, if we want to delete a preset, what we can do is click on the little circle here with a line through it, and we can actually delete that preset. Okay, so that's an introduction to the series, and it's also a very basic overview of the interface. In the next video, we're going to have a look in more detail at the Instrument Ensemble page. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.